Welcome to my tutorial. Today we're going to talk about using integer into Python. So integer is also referred to as numbers. So how can we use numbers in Python? So the first thing, I have to create my Python file. So today we're going to use Python. We're not using Visual Studio Code, but as I said, whatever you do in Visual Studio Code, you can also do it the same in Python. And whatever you do in Python, you can also do it in Visual Studio Code. So I get my Python project here. So a project is the same as a folder. What a project can do is a project can organize your work, make it in your structural form. So don't forget, a project is the same as a folder. When you are creating folder, it's the same purpose of folder serve is the same purpose of project can serve. So I can come here, right click, this is my project, Python project, and I go to new. So I want to create a Python file. So I click on this. So they're asking me for the name of the file. So I could just come here like this and just say, it's a number one. I'll say, remember the extension is .py. Enter. So if you log here to my project browser, you see number1.py. So now I want to write a comment, so I can come here and say working with number. So I will say working with number. So I can come here like this, select this. I can select this and create a comment, press shift and /. Okay. So I could just press Control and / and my comment is created. So let me see how I can make this bigger. Okay. Now we can enter like this, and the first thing is we are working with numbers. So we can use variable to declare a number in Python. Let's say, for example, let's use the print function to print a number of 80. So I could say print, and I'll put my, so if I say print, then I can put my parenthesis and I just press 80 print. So I can use the print function and press 80. You notice that if you notice that you see print 80, so numbers don't need to have or bracket or inverted comma. So I could just say print and I put it there. And I can come here like this. So if you look at this is to run my Python code. So I can just click on this. So you see, if you look here, you see 80. So 80 is being printed. Yeah. At the same time too, I can also, so let me comment this so that we cannot get confused, and I can press Control / and just comment it. Now, one thing too I want for us to look at is we can also declare numbers in a variable form. So let's say I set a variable and I call this number 2 space is equal to 80. This is 80. So remember, I'm using variable to declare a number. So this is my variable, this is the assignment, and this is the value of the variable. So I can enter, and I can use the print command, and here I can just pass the name of the variable into the print. So it's a number. So yeah, there is it. and I can just come to run it, and going to see the same it is down here. Now we can add numbers in Python. So we're going to add two numbers. The same thing can be applied to, you can even subtract, you can multiply, and so forth. So I will just come here like this and select this and forward slash it. So I can come down here. So as I said before, the print command is one of the most powerful functions in Python. So let's take for example, let's write a comment first. Let's say you can add numbers in Python. You can add numbers in Python. You can add numbers in Python. So I can come here like this, select this, control forward slash. Now let's say print. Kind of the print or parenthesis, and I can say 23 plus 24. So if I come here like this, 23 plus 24. Now I'm using the print command, so I can cancel run it. It will add the two numbers for me. So you see, so 23 plus 24 is 47. So if you look here, you will see the answer here is 47. Now let's use variable now. So we'll declare two variables and add two numbers. So let me comment this. So to comment this, you can come here and press Ctrl Shift click. There's a pound sign. All right. So I can come here now. Now let's declare a variable. So we're going to declare a variable. So we're going to use variable now. So let's see. Let's declare a variable. For the number 1 is equal to 25. We'll also come here. We say number 2 is also equal to 50. Isn't it? Now we can enter here like this, and we can say total. So we can say total is equal to number 1 is plus number 2. The end of the day now. So remember we declare two variables. Number 1 is the variable, the equal is the assignment, the value of the variable is 25. The same way too. Now we want to add those two values that those two variables declare. So the first thing now will come here, we enter and say print. Okay, so we say print what? We are printing total. So printing total. So okay. So when finish, we can just press Ctrl S to save it, and we can run it. Remember, we're working in PyCharm. Okay, so it gave us 75. So the same thing can be applied. So let's just say, okay, so that move this from here and pull multiplication. So Shift Control 8, and it will give us the multiplication sign. Shift Control 8. So we can just come and run this. So it will give us 1250. Now let's comment this. Okay, so we have learned how we can be able to declare two variables and use NN or operator, that is addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So you can try it for the rest. So it will give us 8. So that means select this and comment this. Now, the next thing is, how do we know whether there is an integer or float when it comes to determining the data type? So this is just easy. So the same way too, you can just come here and declare a variable. So that just say number 1 is equal to 20. let's say 30 or 56. And I can just come to print. So when I come to print, and I tap, and I put my parenthesis there, pass the value there, the variable, the name of the variable. So it will tell me which type of data type is this. So let's run this and see. So you see integer. If I have string, sorry, if these are float, so I just say point, let's say point 20 or point 19. So definitely will tell me that this is an integer. Also, this is a float. So I can run this. You see, it's a float. So this is how you determine the type of data type. Which one of the data type are you working with? Whether it's a float, whether it's an integer, or whether it's a string or boolean. Now let's move on now. The next thing I want for us to talk about is how to convert numbers to string. How can we be able to convert integer? Let's put it that way now. How can we convert an integer to a string? So for example, let me select this and comment this so that we cannot get confused. So how can we be able to convert convert string to numbers, or convert how can we convert numbers to string? So let's write a comment here. So we can write a comment here and say convert convert uh, convert number to string. Convert number to string. That's what we're coming to learn. How we can be able to convert numbers to string. So now, let's say for example, we come here with declare a variable. Let's say number one. Let's say number one is equal to 30. Okay, so let's say age. Let's say age. Let's say age is equal to 34. Enter. Now, then we say age 2. Okay, so we say age 2. Now we want to declare this 34. This 34 as a string. So now we can say str, which is a string, which is a representation for a string, parenthesis, then we put age there. Yeah, we put age there. So 34, then we put age. So if we want to print this now, we will say the age. So we put print. So we can put print. Then we put our inverter comma. So we'll say my age is with a plus sign. On part of plus sign, remember we declare age 2 here now, so we convert this to the photo screen. So we can put age 2 and run this, you're going to see. So you see my age is 34. But what if I don't have this screen here? Because the st is a representation for string. So when I attach string to this variable age, you notice that it converts this 34 to a string. So that to get from there, you see the error it will give. Let's run this. So when you take it from there, you run this, it will give you error. So you see the error it gave. It can only concatenate string, not integer. So you see it. So for that reason, it's telling us to put the string there. So if I can't put, it will definitely work. So when I come back and run this, so you're going to see my age is 34. Now, the next thing is, remember Python can be able to solve complex mathematical problems. So that's one of the power of Python. Complex mathematical problem or function Python can be able to solve it. But in order for Python to solve it, Python has a built-in function for math. So we need to input that built-in function for mathematics. So let input it first, then we'll talk small about it. So to input it, what you can do, so you can come here like this at the top and just, okay, so you can come here and say phone math input. So we can say phone math input and input as star sign, shape, control it. So this is a built-in mathematical function that is within Python, can help us to accomplish, if we want to accomplish mathematical formula or want to solve some math problem, we have to input the built-in function for math. The reason why I'm saying this is we want to find the minimum and the maximum, and the only way we can find it if we input the built-in function for math. So the built-in function for math include an extensive math model that allow us or that allow you to perform mathematical tasks on numbers. So that's how, or this is the reason why we inputting the built-in function. So let's come here for the example. We can come here. So let's come here and comment this and comment this. Okay. Now we can come here and see, since we are done already, let's do example. So we can come here, and when we come here, let's say we want to uh, want to find a maximum. So let's write a comment and say, uh, maximum also maximum and the maximum and the minimum. Okay, on the maximum and the minimum. So we can kind of say print. All right, so we can say print. We say print. We say maximum. So maximum is the highest now. So and we'll put the numbers there. So we'll put 23, and we'll also put 45. So now we know that 45 is the highest between 23. So when we do it like this, we save it by where it will give us 45. Okay, so you see 45 is the highest. Now, how about binary numbers? You can also convert numbers into binary. So let's take for example, you come here, enter, when you enter, you say print. Okay, so we say print, and we see we use BRN bank. Then the number, let's say 34. Let's put 34 there. We want to find the binary numbers for 34. So we want to find the binary number for 34. So we'll do this. So you see, this is the binary number for 34. So Python is very, very powerful. So let's say the square root of 100. We want to find the square root of 100. So, okay, so that comment this. If you want to find the square root of 100, so to find the square root of 100, we say print, okay, parenthesis, and we'll put SQRT. Okay, so we'll put 100. We'll find the square root of 100. So we can save this. So we want to find the square root of 100. So the square root of 100 is 10. So this is how we can use some complex or use some mathematical. If we want to solve some mathematical problem, we can use the built-in function for math, and Python will be able to solve that problem for us. Let's take, for example, you want to solve a problem that is, the power of 3. So let's take, for example, how can we solve it? Remember, you have, you say 2 raised to the power of 3, or you say 4 raised to the power of 3. So you know that that means you have to times 4 3 times, 4 times 4 times 4 3 times, and it can be able to solve that problem. Python 2 can solve that. So let's take, for example, I declare a variable here, and I can say x is equal to, sorry, so s is equal to, so when I say s is equal to, I spell the word power for short, PO. Okay, so you have POW for power. Now I need to say a full. So when I say full, raise space, or full comma space to the power of 3. So 4 raised to the power of 3. This is what I'm saying. So now we'll come to the print. So I'll say print s, print, print s. So when I run this, okay, so I'll come here like this and run this. So you see, 4 raised to the power of 3 will give me 64. So this is how we can be able to use integer or numbers in Python. We know that numbers or integer play an important role in our life. So Python has also embedded it into it. So we can be able to use it to do so many things. Thank you for watching. This is Poema Tutorial.